I understand that for readers of the Bible, it is very difficult to accept that your God allows for women who have been essayed to have to marry her essayist, is what your Bible says. And this particular person, they usually write these big, long storybooks, and I usually don't read them. But I knew when I was talking about the fact that if a woman is sexually assaulted by a man and then she is not betrothed to another man, that he will pay the father 50 pieces of silver and then have to marry her her molester. And of course, people try to do the mental gymnastics in Christianity to say that no, 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 that's not what it means. That can't be what it means. So as they try to explain here, first they use a part where it says that that this damsel who is not betrothed, and it says to lay hands on her. They try to make this seem like the couple are participating in fornication as if the couple are consenting adults that are doing this. When the truth of the matter is, just go look up the word lay hands on. In many other Bibles, it literally says rape. In many other Bibles, it literally says rape because that's what it is. But go look up what it means to lay hands. If I lay my hands on you, what does that mean? If you had to lay hands on somebody, what does that mean? You see, when you go and you look it up in Webster's idioms, then you're going to realize that to lay hands on someone or to lay hands on means to aggressively, to do it with great stress. You know, there is a harsh intention there. To lay hands on someone is not, oh, I'm laying hands on you like you laying hands in the church to pray for someone. That is not what it means, that when a man lays hands on a young woman who is a virgin and not betrothed. This is just your mental gymnastics trying to figure out how to make this work. And you're not even the worst one. At least you try to, and you're being bewildered or brainwashed by other people who are trying to clean this up today, but you're not even the worst one. The worst one to me is just absolute denial, just absolute denial without even knowing what was going on, right? When this person says that it's blasphemy for you to speak otherwise, I don't know the story you are speaking of, so I don't support any evil or negative actions or conversations. It's simply saying something was misunderstood or someone is lying because the Most High is holy. Now, a person like this who could you could be talking about the Sodom and Gomorrah story. You could be talking about the replica of that story in Judges. You could be talking about the Samson and Delilah story. You could be talking about a woman being taken advantage of. You could be talking about any story in the Bible of genocide, of any of those things. And these people who will say, I don't know the story you're speaking of, but it has to be wrong. You have to be misunderstanding it. You don't know the story. You've done no research to the story. You don't even know what I'm talking about. And yet, you pre-decide that it must be misunderstood or wrong because you come into it with a preconceived notion that your God is holy. And then what are you going to do when you find out that he's not? And the problem is, most of you, when I show you that he's not, you start to make up reasons. You start to go and retract to this idea that there's something must be misunderstood, when that's just your confirmation bias and your cognitive dissonance at work, saying that it must be wrong because this is what I believe. Yet, almost everything I talk to you about is in your book, is what your book says. It's how it's been interpreted. Modern man tries to reinterpret it at times in order to make it more palatable. And you, sir, are just completely wanting to ignore, and you don't even know the story. But y'all have a great day. And remember always, you have to free yourself to be yourself because your greatness is non-negotiable. Good journey, good vibration.